Hey everybody, Coach Drew again, just with our last set of drills for this week. This is what we like to call the small square or small triangle. You can make a square or a triangle and do different things, but it's pretty much the same. If you look, we got our player here, Dax, 7 years old, being strong here, doing a great job with us today. He's in the middle of a triangle, and he's going to be doing some touches for us. Now these touches are going to be out of the air. So these are the most difficult type of touches that we're working on this week. If you're struggling with them at home, that's okay. Keep practicing them because you're going to get better and better and better, and these are where the sick goals come from. I know all of you want to be on that highlight reel. This is where you score the good goals off the crosses. They look great. All right, Dax, are you ready? First thing Dax is going to do, Coach Mark is going to toss him the ball. He's going to be hitting it with the inside of his foot back. In-step volleys. Here we go. Nice try. Sometimes they miss. That's all right. Dax, try and get it right back to your dad. Boom. There we go. Boom. There we go. Good. You notice if he hits them too short, it goes on the ground. We really want to try and get them right back into the chest. That's how you know you're doing a very, very good job on these. Excellent work, Dax. That's all right. Like I said, these are the toughest ones, so everyone's going to miss sometimes. You just got to keep going and keep getting better. Very good. And freeze. Nice. Now the next one, very similar. Instead of using the inside of the foot, we're going straight laces, okay? You don't have to absolutely hammer these, because if you do, you're going to take your mom or dad's head off, all right? Try and focus on the technique, toe pointed down, keeping in control and hitting it back, not too hard, but hard enough. Make them catch it.
All right. Biggest thing is as well as waiting in between each rep to make sure that your son or daughter's toe is locked down. Curve your toes ever so slightly into your shoe, and then back in. Ready? On your toes, on your toes. Good. Left foot, left foot.
Notice we're always trying to keep Dax on his toes, building those good habits. It's all right. Get it back quickly. Yep. Dax, really focus on that left foot. There you go. Sometimes you have to remind him on that left foot to focus a little more, because that's what it takes. Notice he's turning his foot to the inside. Dax, we really want to focus on not hitting the shin there, but hitting the shoelaces. You'll notice sometimes they'll hit them good back to you with the shin. Encourage them to use the shoelaces.
Ankle locked, up in the air. So, if your son or daughter starts to struggle on 2 or 3, I'll ask him to say, okay, lock your ankle, toe down to the floor, back into that technique. Ready? Ankle locked, right foot.
And sometimes you might just need to do left foot 5 or 6 times in a row, because then they can really get a rhythm going for what they're doing. Good, and freeze. All right, last skill we're going to work on, we call these elevators, okay? So last skill that we're going to learn today is called elevators. What we're going to do, coach is going to toss the ball high in the air. We're going to take it off the front of our foot, right here, because it's coming from high, and we're going to settle it on the ground and pass it back on the ground. Really focusing on settling that first touch, even though it's higher. The more high you throw it, the more difficult it is. So if they start getting good, throw it a little higher. If they're not completing it every once in a while, toss it a little lower so they can get it. All right, coach. He's going to take it down.
Try to keep in the triangle.
This is a really difficult skill, especially on a basketball floor. It'll be a little easier on grass. Well done, Dax.
Nice. Good.
That's another thing you can do to make it more challenging. If you've got a hard surface like a garage or something, you can get on a basketball floor. Now what Dax did there, it was a little too high, so he backed up. We really want to try and make sure that they're doing their best to take it right out of the air, not letting it bounce at all. It's a difficult skill. All right, that's right, Dax, try and cradle that ball. All right, hey, freeze right here. So Dax, you notice what you did right there. The ball was coming. You moved your foot to it, and did you ever stop moving your foot to it? No, and it goes way out. You've got to, as the ball comes, move your foot down so that you cradle that ball right into the ground. Try it again, Dax. That's so better. That's much better than sending it into the stands there. There we go. Focus on that moment right before your foot touches the ball. That's the key moment there.
Nice touch.
Very good.
Good touch.
Very good. And freeze. Last little adaptation I want to make to the elevators. Dax is getting pretty good, so now we want to add a decision and him having to read some body movement into what he's doing. So this is what's going to happen. The coach is going to toss the ball, and then the coach is either going to turn his body this way or turn his body this way. Whichever way the coach or the parent, you, turns their body, the player has to read that body language and make their way around that cone and pass it back after they've taken it cleanly. Okay? Dax, you think you can do that, buddy? Let's give it a try. Good. Which way is he turned? Nice try. So we want to take our touch a little more the way he's turned next time, right, Dax? Let's focus. Take it down. Good. That's a perfect one. Very well done. Yep. Take it down. Where is he? There we go. He's looking for that body language. Dax is doing a great job on this one. That's all right. We got to focus on that touch. Keeping it clean. Okay? Players at home, the touch is the most important part. The touch is the most important part. Keep that first touch clean and then find that body. As you get better and better at the touch, you'll be able to look at the coach while you take the touch. You might not be able to do that at first, but it's something you can work towards. You'll get better and better at that. All right, Dax, a few more. Keep it clean. Good. I like how when Dax makes a mistake and goes a little bit out of the path he wants to, he gets it back very fast. That's very important. And freeze. All right, Dax, give me a high five, dude. That was great. My man, Dax. So that is our touches right there. All-star touches for all-star players. If you can start doing those things and working on them, you're going to be great, okay? Work on these at home with your mom and dad, players. Tag us on Insta with you doing them, at Salt Lake City FC. Can't wait to see what you're doing at home. Thank you. Good job.